The 20 warmest years on record have occurred since 1981, with the hottest year being 2016. The Arctic sea ice has declined by 12.8% per decade since 1979. Human activities, such as burning fossil fuels and deforestation, are responsible for the majority of the increase in global temperatures. The oceans have absorbed about 30% of the carbon dioxide emitted by human activities, causing ocean acidification. Climate change is causing the sea level to rise, threatening low-lying areas and island nations. The Amazon rainforest, which plays a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide, is being destroyed at an alarming rate. Climate change is causing extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, heat waves, and droughts, to become more frequent and severe. Climate change is causing the extinction of plant and animal species at an unprecedented rate. The permafrost, which contains vast amounts of carbon dioxide and methane, is thawing due to rising temperatures, which could release even more greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Climate change is causing the world's coral reefs to bleach and die, threatening marine biodiversity. Climate change could lead to a global food crisis as crop yields decline due to changing weather patterns. The Pentagon considers climate change a national security threat, as it could cause conflicts over resources and exacerbate existing conflicts. Climate change is causing some regions to become uninhabitable, leading to climate refugees. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe wildfires, such as those seen in California and Australia. Climate change is causing glaciers to melt, threatening the water supply of millions of people who rely on glacial runoff. Climate change could cause the Gulf Stream, which brings warm water to Europe, to slow down or even stop, leading to much colder temperatures in Europe. Climate change could cause the collapse of the West Antarctic ice sheet, leading to a sea level rise of up to 5 meters, 16 feet. Climate change could cause the release of methane trapped in the ocean floor, leading to even more warming. Climate change is causing the permafrost to release ancient viruses, such as anthrax, that could infect humans and animals. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe algal blooms, which can be harmful to human health and marine life. Climate change is causing the oceans to become more acidic, which can harm shell-forming organisms such as oysters and clams. Climate change is causing the Arctic to become more accessible, opening up new shipping routes and potential oil and gas reserves. Climate change could cause the collapse of the Indian monsoon, leading to water shortages for over 1 billion people. Climate change could cause the Sahara Desert to expand, leading to more desertification and food insecurity in Africa. Climate change could cause the release of ancient viruses from melting permafrost in Siberia, leading to new pandemics. Climate change could cause the melting of the Greenland ice sheet, leading to a sea level rise of up to 7 meters, 23 feet. Climate change is causing some animals to evolve, such as Arctic foxes turning brown to blend in with the melting tundra. Climate change is causing the jet stream, which affects weather patterns, to become more erratic. Climate change is causing some trees to grow faster, but they are also dying younger due to drought and insect infestations. Climate change could cause the extinction of the polar bear, a symbol of the Arctic, as their sea ice habitat disappears. Climate change is causing the ocean to lose oxygen, which can harm marine life and lead to dead zones. The melting of the permafrost could release ancient carbon, which could cause a feedback loop and accelerate global warming. Climate change is causing mountain glaciers to retreat, which can have major impacts on downstream water availability and irrigation for crops. The increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide is causing some crops, such as rice and wheat, to have lower nutritional value. Climate change could cause the collapse of the Atlantic meridional overturning circulation, which could have major impacts on weather patterns in the northern hemisphere. Climate change is causing the Arctic to become greener, as plant growth increases due to longer growing seasons and warmer temperatures. The frequency of high tide flooding in coastal cities in the US has doubled since 2000, due to sea level rise caused by climate change. Climate change is causing the Gulf of Mexico to warm, which could lead to the formation of more powerful hurricanes. The Great Barrier Reef, the world's largest coral reef system, has lost half of its coral cover due to bleaching caused by climate change. Climate change is causing the ocean to absorb less carbon dioxide than before, which could accelerate the pace of global warming. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe flooding in many parts of the world, putting millions of people at risk. Climate change is causing the thawing of permafrost to release large amounts of mercury, a toxic metal, into the environment. Climate change is causing the decline of phytoplankton, which are the base of the ocean food chain and play a critical role in absorbing carbon dioxide. The world's oceans are absorbing so much heat from global warming that if that heat were to be released into the atmosphere, it would be equivalent to exploding 4 Hiroshima atomic bombs every second. Climate change is causing some animals to migrate earlier or later than usual, disrupting ecosystems and altering the timing of seasonal events. Climate change is causing the collapse of ice shelves, such as the Larsen C ice shelf in Antarctica, which could cause sea levels to rise significantly. Climate change is causing changes in the timing and location of the breeding and migration of birds, which can have ripple effects throughout ecosystems. Climate change is causing changes in the productivity of fisheries, which could have major impacts on food security and the livelihoods of millions of people. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe heat waves, which can lead to heat-related illnesses and deaths, especially among vulnerable populations. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, has projected that the global sea level could rise by up to 1.1 meters by the end of the century due to climate change. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe wildfires, which can release large amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and accelerate global warming. Climate change is causing the melting of glaciers and ice caps, which could have major impacts on water resources and agriculture in many regions. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe storms, which can lead to flooding, landslides, and other disasters. Climate change is causing some species, such as polar bears and penguins, to struggle to survive as their habitats disappear. Climate change is causing the thawing of permafrost to release methane, a potent greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere, which could accelerate global warming. Climate change is causing more frequent and severe droughts, which can lead to crop failures, famine, and conflict over resources.